fun stuff. So I guess it's like Kahuma or whatever, like creativity. And then my sister was like, "Oh, you want to do anything creative for creativity or whatnot?" And
Andrew Tate.
what I look like Andrew Tate.
Yeah, I mean the shades
The
inside.
shades. Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
know. I don't know why my eyes been like sensitive light lately, but like she was like, "You want to do some type of demonstration?" And I think it was like old school karate demonstrations and
Mm-hmm.
shit. And I was like, "No, I don't do demonstrations.
Demonstration of what?
I don't know, like something creative. I've never. I don't know what I would do a demonstration of. You know,
Which way she asked you to do a demonstration or something?
yeah.
Like what? Like what? Like for jujitsu?
I guess I think that's what I
For
would
who?
assume. Because like he said something about how I think she's gonna be teaching my other sibling like doing a dance class or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and my other sister is gonna do painting, and they're all trying to do something. And I'm like, just because everybody else wants to do something doesn't mean I want to do something.
Mm-hmm.
They all want to be lazy, you know. It's so funny when like you're constantly doing stuff, and then you have somebody who wants you to do more when
Yeah.
you're trying to be lazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like if I ever got married, if I'm working and doing all this other shit, and then I have a day off, and wife's like, do this, this, and this, I'd be like, it'd be like at least 2 hours of not doing shit.
Do you want to get married?
Uh, um, I don't answer that question. If I did marry,
Yes or no?
cool. If I did marry, cool. If I don't get married, and then okay, like
Well, it's
I think
really
it'd
your
be
choice,
cool.
really.
Well, it's my choice in terms of wanting to get married. I don't mind getting married. I think it's more so up to time and the universe whether I actually find somebody I would want to get married to. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to get married for the sake of getting married. And that's what I learned
Honestly.
in my last situation is you don't want to
Yeah.
be in a relationship for the sake of being in a relationship.
Yeah.
If you ain't vibing with the person, don't
Yeah.
just do it so that you have somebody. You know?
Yeah. That was actually kind of mature of you to like pull the shoot that early. You know what I mean? You saw the iceberg coming up, and you was just like, yeah, this ain't working out, da da da. Because like, a lot of dudes like kind of like cuss, like, say what I want.
Yeah, I don't care.
Because a lot of dudes, they be they'll just stick it out, like I'm getting pussy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is what it is. But being able to like say, hey man, this ain't working out, blah blah blah. I'm not happy.
Well, that's what I thought too at first. So
Those
my
are pertinent words
the
right there. I'm
the
not happy.
the way I thought about it was
Mhm.
I started not really feeling her, but then I was like, she's not a bad woman, she's a good woman. And so even though I'm not feeling it, I'm not feeling this, whatever sparks, and I'm not really getting her personality, so to speak.
Mhm.
Does she's still a woman? So maybe I just need to be patient, and then I will like grow to like her more again, you know. But then it's like sometimes a reason why, and it's like, do you want to? Because I've seen other guys. It's the same thing with people that pick like college majors, and then they constantly going back and wasting money. It's like I've seen other guys and women where they'll like constantly complain about whoever they're with,
Mhm.
and it's not even like about the person being a cheater. It's like they're complaining about how they deal with things and how they are. But then they stay with the person or they go back to the person. But because it's like your own, because it's their comfort zone.
I was watching this movie last night called Renfield. Here, have you seen it?
No, what is that?
It's about you probably seen a trailer about Dracula. Dracula's played by fucking the dude from National Treasure. I forgot his name. You know the dude from National Treasure? Like, I just did a Declaration of Independence. You know what I'm talking about?
No, wait.
I forgot his name, but he's trying. But you know the movie, right?
No,
You never seen National Treasure,
I've seen National Treasure, but I
and you
seen it a
know the
long
main.
time ago.
But you know the main.
Wait.
You
You
seen
talking
Face
about
Off?
Nicolas Cage?
Yes, Nicolas Cage. So Nicolas Cage. Nicolas
How the
Cage.
hell you not know Nicolas Cage
I forgot
name?
his name. You didn't know his name either.
Well, I didn't know who the hell you were talking about. 'Cause, for some reason, when you said National Treasure, for some reason, my dumb ass thought of the museum movie.
Oh,
Night
like the
of,
museum.
yeah,
Yeah,
with Ben. I think that was Ben Stiller. I think it
yeah.
was Ben
Well,
Stiller.
they kind of take place in the same place. But
Yeah.
anyways, um, So the movie's called Renfield. It's about Dracula and his servant, right? And basically the premise is Dracula is a narcissist and Renfield is a codependent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, it's with that boy
Yeah.
that works for Drag. Oh,
hmm
now I remember. Yeah, I did see a trailer.
So a lot of relationships are like that. There would be either the man or woman is codependent, and the person who was a narcissist, and they're using that against they're using that they're they're using their codependence to keep them together. A lot of people are
Yeah.
just together because they're they're uncomfortable going to somebody else. You know, they're
Yeah,
scared
they're scared of
to
the
be alone.
unknown. I think it's the insecurity, and I feel like that was my issue with other chicks, where I would see the red flags or whatever. I hate all these modern day dumbass terms. I would see the flags,
Yeah,
and
red flags.
then I would like be like, oh, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, oh, maybe it changed. I'll stick it out. Especially because like I grew up with parents that stuck out through like arguing and stuff like that for a long time.
Mhm.
So I was like, oh, you stick through shit,
Yeah.
but I'm not married to the like the lesson I learned. I'm not married to the person, and so it's like, why stick through something? Dating is like trial and error, and so like if you find out you're not into that person, instead of like keeping it going,
Mhm.
especially if it's out of insecurities of being alone and then not ever finding somebody, like don't go and trap yourself because of that, and then you end up in a bad situation you don't want to be in. You know, I
Mhm.
mean, it's not really. The one thing I understand, I knew, like right afterwards, was after I broke, like I was smiling for the rest of the day. You know, like she's not a completely horrible person, but it was
Yeah.
just like I felt trapped in a situation in which I didn't want to be in.
Yeah.
And then I was holding myself into it because it was like multiple different things. And then as soon as I let myself go, I was like, oh shit, I can actually like let people go
hmm
and not have abandonment issues anymore. You know what I mean? And not hold on to people because of that.
So, um, if I, so you watched the show BoJack Horseman?
Yeah,
You remember?
yeah, I've seen way too much of that.
So okay, so you probably remember that one episode when that bird character that he was one of his love interests. I think season 2 or season 3. I think she was an owl,
Mm-hmm.
and she was like, when you look at somebody through rose-colored goggles, all the red flags just look like flags.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
so that's
yeah. I asked, yeah, yes, it was something I told one of my female friends, and I was like, uh, well, now I
you
don't
said
want to say
female
it.
friends. That's actually a good topic. Do, do you think men and women should be friends or can be friends?
I do. Like, I have a platonic female friends
Mhm.
who, at first, I didn't kind of like them or
Yeah.
whatever, but it's like, I think now, even if I could be with them, I wouldn't be with them. And it's not because I'm not into them. It's because I like my relationship with them. And I
Are they
don't want
attractive?
to, yeah, they're attractive, but I don't want to
Would you,
think,
if they asked to smash, would you smash?
no.
So you would say no if they're like, hey, Densu, it's New Year's. I have had no dick all 2023. I want you right now. So you told me you want to smash?
No, I wouldn't.
They must not be attractive.
No, they're attractive. But I think the other thing is, too, is like both of them are in relationships. So I don't try to think of them
Oh wait, so they're in a
any,
relationship.
yeah. So I don't,
Is that the reason why? Or if they were in
well,
a relationship?
I don't try to think of the what if or whatever because of that. Because, like,
It's hypotheticals, bro.
yeah, I know it's hypotheticals, but at the same time, like I don't want to think of the hypothetical because of how in my relationship is with them. Well, I like it the way it is, you know what I
hmm
mean? And I don't want to think of hypotheticals because I also don't want to have subconscious, um, what do you call it, agendas behind the scene going on too as well, or like what ifs and I
Yeah.
wish, you know what I mean? Because I feel like sometimes like in Horror Road, your relationship with a female that you only want to be like you're platonic with.
These females, are they feminine females? Or would you say they're
Yeah, they're
feminine
feminine.
or masculine?
They're
Okay.
feminine.
Um, and the reason why, well, to answer my question, I don't think men and women should be friends.
Uh,
You know what I mean? And the reason, and I'll give you my reason why, is because if I'm going out, let's say me and this this friend that's female, and we're platonic. If we go out to go get something to eat or whatever, right? In intrinsically, I'm the one that's still supposed to pay since I'm the man. You
No,
know
you
what I
don't
mean?
have to. You're friends.
I know you don't have to, but the way everybody else sees, like if the bill comes, they're gonna be like they're gonna slide it to the guy. You know what I mean? They don't know
Nah,
where we
because
are,
like
it's
nah, because I have one, and she knows she makes way more than me. And like, if last time when I went to go visit her, she was like, "You're not paying for shit."
yeah, but I'm not. You're talking anecdotal. I'm just talking about just like how society
Yeah,
works.
but yeah, that's how society works. But I mean, fuck society. You know what I mean? You doing
But
shit based
we're
off
talking
of
about like
society.
no, I'm just saying how people look. I'm not saying I do it for society. I'm
Yeah.
just telling you how
Or
it
so you
looks.
do things based off of how people view you,
No,
or
no,
what view what you
not
do.
necessarily. But that's just one aspect of the men woman
Okay,
friendship,
okay.
right?
Let me. I need to
But
be patient and let you flesh it all out.
another one is right. If you're if you're about to get into a fight, let's say you're about to get into a 3v1, right? And I mean you do martial arts, so that's not really it's if somebody trying to fight you. Usually they don't know how to fight. Somebody knows how to fight, not trying to pick fights.
Yeah.
But would you rather have your female friend next to you or your male friend?
What the hell does that have to do with
I'm
having
trying.
a
No, no.
female or male
I'm
friend?
trying to. I'm just what I'm trying
I'm
to say. I'm
so.
just what I'm trying to say is like
Well,
you already anticipably have to protect her.
no, you don't. Like
What
it
do you mean you
depends. It
don't?
depends on what your female friend is. Like what? Like I think with
So you
both.
tell me you wouldn't protect your what's give me one
Yeah,
of your first
but
names.
like yeah, I think it would be vice versa. Both of them want like my two closest female friends. If
Yeah.
something happened, both of them would try to protect me, and I would try to protect them. And one of them would probably take the lead on the situation, even though she's like way smaller than me. And so I don't think I think that's like going back to like maybe some like 1940s gender norms or whatever, which I don't even know if that's like across the board because I didn't live, in that time period. But like nowadays, I think it depends on the female and what you're friends with. Some females are docile, some men are docile. There's a lot of men I would not want in a fight with.
I
I would want to fight and die. And there's some women I know
I
who
know,
would
but
kick
we're talking
ass,
about
you know?
we're talking about like because I asked you were they feminine and masculine, you said they were feminine,
Yeah,
but the way
but
you're describing them now makes it
that's
they're kind
not,
of
but I
masculine.
don't, but that's also based off of how you indicate masculine or feminine. I don't indicate masculine or feminine based off of whether or not somebody can be able to fight. It's a
Yeah,
woman
I
can
know
be
that.
very feminine and be able to fight and kick ass. Like, yeah, they can be, you know what I mean? And so they don't have to be
I guess because
masculine.
the same thing can go vice versa for a man. So I
Yeah, a man
guess
can be very fucking what do you call it? Gay as shit. Well, not gay,
listen,
because gay doesn't indicate feminine.
I know some dudes who do jujitsu that are really good that are very
What, flamboyant?
no. I was gonna say I guess maybe timid or soft spoken. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
You know what I mean? And they're really good at jujitsu,
yeah,
but they're kind of like,
yeah.
ooh, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a lot
So
of really feminine women who I would like that in fight really in. Like I don't, I always thought I've never indicated the ability to fight
to be honest,
as male
I
or
don't judge
female.
masculine and femininity by your traits or your hobbies or stuff like that. It's really just your mindset and how you know what I mean.
I
I feel like it comes from mindset.
yeah, I think
You could be a woman built like me
yeah,
and
and
still be
be
feminine.
like super feminine. Yeah,
Yeah,
but like for me too, I mean the indication of masculine or feminine too is simply just the fact if you're a male or female. And I think that for me and people in like disagree or whatever, for me or whatnot, I think that uh that kind of like and then it outbursts through there. And I think that a lot of times people too much associate like those traits, like whether you fight or whether you're not, as masculine or feminine, when originally those attributes weren't assigned based off of, oh, hey, whether this gender can or can't do this. It is more so a lot of things was determined upon who thought in him rear, like, and have babies. You know what I mean? And so it's like, okay, in traditional sense, males are like the warriors in a lot of places, or like
Still
the role of a warrior
still to this day,
is
really.
thrusted upon a man. The role of somebody
Mm-hmm.
who goes out and mostly does the work is thrusted upon a man.
Mm-hmm.
But traditionally, it wasn't because women can't fight or because women can't be a warrior, women can't be a blacksmith. It was women have the most important role in society, and that is procreation.
It's not just that is an important role, but
And they
it's
do
it's
better at it.
also you would agree that men and women are different physically, right?
Yeah, they
Okay,
are. I mean, it's different
so
physically, but
wouldn't you just a blind survey, you would, if you were going into battle, you would want a male over a female in the battle, right?
I
If you're
think
going to
that
a physical combat.
the percentage wise, like based off of the likelihood, you are more likely to want a male or
Yeah,
whatever,
just
based off of
yeah.
male attributes. But then there's
You
always
ain't gotta be PC, bro.
but
They
I know
won't
I'm
catch
not
you,
trying to
man.
be PC. I'm being real. But it's always like outliers or whatever, where you have certain women that are more efficient than men, and then you have certain men that aren't as efficient. And so, but based off of that, you take the
We
majority.
both have um, strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah,
Both genders.
yeah.
There's stuff that women can do that men can't do. There's stuff that men can do that
Yeah,
women can't do.
I
You know
think
what I
it's
mean?
hilarious when people be like, "Yo, a woman can do everything a man can do." I'm like, "No, you can't." And why would you want to either?
Exactly.
Like, why?
You know what I mean? Yeah.
What the fuck?
You
You
trust
have
me.
to prove.
You don't want to go through this burden. Yeah. You don't want to have to like
Well, I mean,
go to
like,
war
it's so easy to be
to
a
die.
dude.
Like when you can stay home with the kids and just make my dinner when I get back. Like,
It
oh,
was a study where it was this woman who was she was a feminist, and she
mm-hmm.
was I think she did gender studies or something. But she thought that it would be so much easier being a dude, and then she
Yeah.
actually
I know.
transitioned and was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be a dude," and
Yeah.
then she was a dude for 2 years
Yeah.
and killed herself
Yeah.
afterwards because of how
I
hard
heard
it
about.
was.
Yeah.
I feel like even being like a lesbian woman,
Yeah.
what I mean, like a really butch
You mean like
lesbian
a
woman,
stud? Yeah.
is way different than being a man. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Even when it comes to dealing with women, you know what I mean? Because
It's
it's like
completely different.
it,
It's not like it's. I remember and Andrew Tate said it's like being a man. You're built to suffer. You're made to suffer. It's nothing but suffering. Like, cause it's always competition. You're competing every single day. Like just like the woman you want, every other man wants. The car you want,
yeah,
every other
every
man
man
wants.
wants, yeah.
Yeah, the shoes. Like everything is always a competition, and
And
you
you
have.
never experience what it's like for a woman to look at you either. Because it's like you have so many varieties. Like I've had some women who look at me and they automatically look at me in some like in a weird way. Like they
Mm,
have it like pre assumptions of women.
preconceived notes. Something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that of woman. You know what I mean? Like you have to like try to come across and have this totally like I don't want to say defensive energy, but you have to have a particular energy in which a woman want to be like attracted to. And a lot of times where I don't know if it's like that other
What kind of
dudes.
energy, like when you meet a woman, right? What kind of energy do you give off? Do you like stay confident, like shoulders up, you know what I mean, like just that masculine energy, or do you like lay back and you just kind of chill? 'Cause you seem like the more kind of chill person.
I'm very like chill.
Yeah.
Um, but it's like based off of my interaction with them, it will change between being chill or being like, oh, well, I'm a man in this situation. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? 'Cause I feel like sometimes women, like, I feel like it'd have a give and take. But some women, it's like, yo, dude, you need to chill the fuck out. And as a
Yeah.
dude, I'm like, I'm about to chill you the fuck out. But some women, too, it's weird because someone won't like being told to chill the fuck out, but they subconsciously like being told to chill the fuck out by a dude. And
Yeah.
if you're not willing to tell them to chill the fuck out, and
Mm,
if you're all apologetic about it afterwards, then
yeah.
they lose interest in you
Exactly.
too.
Like
There's
this.
a lot of fucking weird mind games you have to
Exactly,
play
bro.
with them.
Like don't let's there's another quote. There's a difference with what fuck. There's a difference between what women say they want
Mm,
and what women respond to.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like women will say like, "Oh, I don't want no man that's all aggressive and this, that, and the third, and all up in like," and then but they will actually respond to that type
yeah.
of man, like, and they'll be
If you're
more than
nice to them, they don't like respond very well to it.
they don't
And
respond
it's
very
so
well.
weird. It's like like they act like they want a good dude or whatever. And
Yeah,
you being good and nice to them, they act like they're weird, and then they like don't talk to you as much.
Exactly.
Like
That's why I
women
don't
like be
listen to
more
what they
like on
say.
the app. Like you have to be at a happy medium.
Yeah.
You
Yeah. I'm
know?
not saying being like be a dick and just be like,
Yeah,
yeah,
don't
like
be an
fuck you. Yeah,
asshole.
you know what I mean? Like like from F is for family, like the
Yeah,
oldest profession is smacking broads.
but you kind of have to be back and forth so they don't know
Yeah.
what the hell is exactly going on. You know, because like if you straightforward, the hell half the time that's the enemy. You
Yeah.
know, you can't
Yeah.
be straightforward with
Yes. Oh yeah, you gotta beat around the bush.
uh,
Sometimes I can be too vain. I've been told that like, oh my god, you're vain.
what do you
And
mean by that?
like I'm too straightforward.
Yeah.
Like when I was talking to the shawty, she was like, "Oh, do you wanna go do this with me?" I'm like, "No, I don't want to do that." Like, no, that sounds dumb. I don't want, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then just like with her mouth open, like, I can't believe you said no one's ever said it to me. Like, well, bitch, I don't want to fucking do that shit.
Well, I think too is like,
I mean, don't call him a bitch
I,
though.
yeah, I think modern day technology has spoiled women to a large extent too, because I feel
Mm.
like the whole and like I give women or whatever attention on Instagram, but like the whole Instagram thing and how they post all the time, they
Oh
post all
man.
this shit, and they post themselves, and half the time they don't even look the same way. It's like camera
Oh
angles
man.
in person, you know what I mean? And then also they might post showing a certain like part of them online, but then
Mm.
it's like you in your head, it's like you develop this image of them based off of that, and you don't know them for real. And so then it's like I
Mm.
feel like dudes, you can't jump off of images you see online of a chick.
Mm.
Like you need to know them for real and see
Yeah.
whether or not you actually into them. It's
Yeah.
like
A lot of
it can
women
be
that's what.
completely different. They can be into those things, but it's like their personality can be
Yeah.
completely different. You know?
Yeah, a lot of them be miserable. Like you'll see their page, they're like laughing, and like smiling and all that
Yeah.
shit. And then you talk to them, they're just
They be
like,
fucking depressed as hell. Like
yeah,
half the chicks out there is depressed, and they
mm-hmm,
talk about being triggered by every fucking thing. And it's
mm-hmm,
like, oh, so like, you haven't grown or like you haven't healed from things or whatnot. And they're like, no, I'm triggered by this. I'm triggered by that. I can't watch these type of movies because they remind me of this. And I'm like, bro, like
yeah,
for real?
you gotta deal with your own mental health issues.
Yeah,
And same thing with dudes, because even with my Instagram, like if you look at my Instagram, look at my stories, you think I'm, I'm rich or something,
mm,
just living fabulous. But no, that's just what I post on Instagram. Like, why
yeah.
would you
It's a
post your
what you project
L's?
on there. Yeah,
Exactly. I'm only gonna post W's.
yeah,
The L's, I'm just gonna take in private. But my
yeah.
W's, I'm gonna post that shit.
That's funny because one of my coaches was talking about that. He was like, "See all these people? They're probably gonna post only like matches they win, and then nothing about when they lose. Or when they do post that they lose, they like post some fucking soft story. I'm sorry, everybody.
I'm sorry.
I didn't pull it through for y'all. Like, so the fuck what? Like,
You're right, bro. Like,
I like what Daniel Cormier said. Like, I was listening to his thing, and he was talking about his second loss to Jones, and he was like, I lost. It doesn't matter if he was on stuff or whatever.
yeah.
He beat me. And he said he didn't want to go online and like spill some soft story and have people be like, "Oh, you're still my champ," and this, that, and the other. So he was like, "No, I lost. I fucked up. I got
Mm,
my ass whooped. I
mm,
want to feel this for a long time because I wanted to feel real and feel like it, and it
yeah.
sucks. But a lot of times people have to automatically recover their ego. You know what I
Mm,
mean? And like I feel like the EO and like Instagram is like so tied to each other, and it's just like inflates so many people's ego, and it's like fucking
yeah.
creepy to me, you know?
Yeah. Social media, bro. It's like it really brings us together, but also it really tears us apart, man. It really is. It makes people want to be somebody else to please other people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people are just fighting for those likes, those views. You know what I mean? They're like, oh my God, only like 3 people like this. Nobody loves me. They hate me. You know what I mean? It's
I already knew nobody liked me. But honestly, it's fuck everybody.
you barely be posting anything. Really.
No, I don't because like, and even when I like win stuff, I post stuff or whatever. But it's like I do it because I'm like, okay, well, eventually, and probably did sponsorships. It's
Mm-hmm.
business. It's
Mm-hmm.
not like, oh, I want some chicks to be hitting me up. Half the dude is just dudes like my shit
Yeah, I
anyway.
mean, ain't no chick gonna hit you up like,
No.
oh, I saw you got gold, and
Oh my god,
oh
that
yeah,
was so cool. Nah,
yeah,
that's some shit.
like what the
That's the
fuck?
shit the guys do with girls, but women do
Yeah,
not reciprocate.
Yeah,
Women don't reciprocate a whole lot of shit, and then they act like they like the nicest people ever. Like
yeah,
guys, we are nicer than y'all.
yeah,
Like y'all a bunch of y'all aren't
yeah.
assholes, but y'all are not as nice or not as open as a
Yeah,
lot of dudes are.
to be honest, like when I post, like if I post like a W something, I'm not posting it. Oh, I'm gonna have some shawties in my DMs. I'm posting it like for my friends and
Yeah,
my family. Like,
yeah,
hey, this is what I accomplished.
did
You
yeah,
know what I mean? It's all because of that. I'm doing it to make you guys proud. You
yeah,
know what I mean? I make myself proud.
yeah,
Like these medals right here, these mean more to me than everything else like in this
yeah,
apartment right now. You know what I mean? 'Cause like even though I remember professor once said like all those goals you win eventually they're they go to the wayside, they'll become like paperweights and stuff like that. I'm just like I don't know because I feel pretty proud every time I walk
yeah.
past those things, you know?
I think for me, like I don't focus on those. Like I have them in my closet. They're a reminder of what I'm capable of, but I'm not necessarily like I don't gawk over them, you know. Like I don't gawk over like accomplishments either because I'm always like I need the next thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was the past me. What am
Hmm.
I? I'm trying to be
Yeah.
way better than this, so
Yeah.
I'm looking for the future, you know what I mean? And I think that you can't. I think if you get caught up, for me, if I get caught up too much in like the past accomplishments or losses and not look at them as learning situations, and then my fire kind of dampers a little bit. Because it's like my
Hmm.
fire is like, okay, that's cool, I did that. Now where's the next thing? Can I do it again? I want
Yeah.
to do it again. I want to fuck
Yeah,
people up
same.
more. I
Like,
want
dude,
to fuck people up more.
back in November when I got gold and I did JF, I was just like, bro, I was already ready for the next one. I was like, bro, I want the next one. When's the next one? I want to do. I'm gonna fucking go right now.
Yeah,
And then I signed up for Pan, signed up for Winter, Atlanta Open, and in New Breed this Saturday and shit. Which I don't even know if I'm in shape for because
yeah,
I'm still getting over a cold right now.
yeah. I'm doing the
But
new breed too.
you'll be there.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll see you there.
yeah. I mean, for me, I'm the same way with that and losses too because like just try to become a better competitor. But I
Hmm.
don't compete and stuff for notoriety. And like anything I would do for notoriety, it wouldn't be in order for people to think I'm this cool jiu-jitsu guy. If
Hmm.
anything, it would be people wanted me to do seminars because it's business, and wanted
Yeah.
to teach. And the other thing would be because then I can compete on a higher level and test myself on a higher level. Like for me, wanting to do ADCC isn't because like I want people to know me as one of the greatest ever and this and the
Yeah.
other. It's like I want to test. Like I would love to be able to test myself on that higher level. And I'm like,
Hmm.
can I actually break through the pre-test, the prerequisite test, in
Hmm.
order to ever get to that test? And that's what it's about for me. And that's why like I realized too, like people compete and stuff for totally different reasons.
Yeah, because
Like I don't
yeah,
want to shrine to myself, you know.
I mean, I do.
Not
I
yeah,
yeah, I feel like we do it for two different reasons. Because
yeah,
like me, I'm not doing it for the like you say notoriety. I'm doing it for my friend. I'm doing it for me to
mm,
make myself proud and make my friends and family proud.
yeah,
But I don't want. I'm not doing it for the money or fame or anything.
mm,
But I do like you ever see that movie, the Troy, right?
the
You,
tr-
the movie Troy.
yeah,
You remember that when he says like, "That's why no one will remember your name as he puts his helmet
yeah,
on." You know what I mean? I want to be remembered.
yeah,
I want to be remembered through my gym,
mm.
and shit, it'll be nice like having a statue to remember. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Hey,
think
let's have a statue of me.
yeah, I think I'm
It's like,
completely different. I
yeah,
don't like people. Nobody might ever remember who me and who I am. Like my life journey is like very personal
yeah,
to me. You know what I mean? And I feel like because I also like my ideology when it comes to life is like shifted a lot, and I think that a lot of it is along the lines of things that like Alan Watts talks about.
Oh, you know about Alan Watts?
Yeah, I like
Oh,
listening to
okay,
him.
right, okay.
So
You know about some Alan Watts? Okay,
yeah,
you
like
got some cool points.
he did a speech. He was talking about like consciousness,
Yeah.
and he was talking about how like the whole of the world is like a ocean. You're like a wave in the ocean. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? And the point of that is like you're a ripple within the flow, but you're just a part of the flow. And so for me, I feel like we're all just stories and culmination of one huge story.
Hmm.
And so like I'm just playing a character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Within this, and that doesn't mean I don't have any like what do you call
What
it?
meaning?
Huh?
Like meaning?
No, I feel like you have a ton of meaning in that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because it's like without you, like the totality of the story isn't there, but then you're also a part of the whole thing. It's like what he
Mm-hmm.
says, where you realize that you are a god or whatever, but it's
Mm-hmm.
like you're a piece of it. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? But it's like that doesn't mean you go walking around like, oh, I'm fucking God. I'm the best shit since,
You know,
you
sometimes,
know. But it's
yeah,
like, but at the same time, if that's how you interpreted it, and that's how you're meant to be, that's how you naturally become. You know what I mean? So I'm more so focused on like who I am within the flow
mm,
and how I go about doing things. And that also keeps me from judging and saying how you go about doing things is wrong because I don't know. You know what I mean?
it's sometimes I gotta keep my ego in check because sometimes when I'm just days where you're the nail and some days you're the hammer.
Yeah.
If I'm the hammer a lot, sometimes my gets a little bit up there,
Mm.
and then I start walking with my chest a little too held high, and I have to catch that like wait, come on now, bring it back down.
Yeah.
That's why I like doing Muay Thai because even like let's say I'm sparring with somebody and then I'm doing good, I'm checking them and everything, and then I'll spar with like coach and he fucking whips my ass and
Yeah.
I'm just like okay, I'm back to the
But
real
I think
world
that
now. You know
also
what I mean?
like
But real quick,
I,
you heard the Alan Watts, you heard his back on Alan Watts, you heard his speech about money and like
yeah, I have, but it was been
doing
a
what you
while. I don't
love.
remember exactly what he said.
Okay, well,
What did he say in it? If you remember?
um, his first question was, "What do you desire?" You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like when he was talking basically to these students. He was saying like he was basically talking to these students about what he would say to another student if he asked him, like, "Hey, I'm about to get out of college. I don't know what I really want to do," and and then he would ask them,
Oh yeah, I
what would you want to do
remember.
if money was no object? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah,
I think if money wasn't an object, I would just train jujitsu
same.
like twice a day
Yeah,
and do
same.
nothing else.
Honestly, if money was an object, I'd be doing jujitsu and I'd just be gaming.
Dude,
That's it.
I'll
That's
do
two
it
things I'll be doing.
jujitsu and I'll be in the woods all the time. I like being in the woods. Like I'll be in the woods. I
Yeah,
learned how to hunt. I should be in the woods all the time and doing jujitsu
yeah.
all the time. Like
It's like
that's
doing whatever you
it.
want. Yeah,
That's like that's why eventually I want to have my own gym and shit. Not because I want a ton of money. It's like I love just to be able to train all the time. You
yeah.
know what I mean? And like live my life doing that. I mean, we grow, and I think who was it? Uh, I think it was a Rockefeller that said it
Mhm.
because he was on like the original like school board for the United States, and he talked about how like um, he didn't want like how to like thinking people. He wanted people to build them up as like parts of a factory, whatever, within society. And I think that we're in a conveyor belt that leads you to be somebody that functions as a role within a business, in order to keep the wheel turning, you know what I mean, of a
Mhm.
business. And people, when you grow up, you get put into like this ideology of ego being tied to what you do for work. And so then it's like so much of who you are gets committed to whatever job you have because
Yeah.
doing efficient at that makes you feel better and then you can brag about it and then you can have more money and this, that, and the other. But then it's like, who are you without that?
Yeah. That's one of the premises of
Yeah.
what's the name? Um, one of the Avenger movies. I think it was Spider. No, it was No Way Home. No,
Yeah.
not No Way Home. It was Far From Home.
Uh,
No, it was Homecoming. That's what it was. Homecoming.
yeah.
I said all three of them. When he said, when Peter Parker was like, "I'm nothing without the suit," and
Yeah.
Tony told him,
Nothing but out the
yeah,
suit.
if you're
Yeah.
nothing without the suit, you don't deserve the suit."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because Tony was just like when he was talking to Cap on the first Avengers, Cap was like, big man with a metal suit. Take that off. What are you? He was like billionaire playboy financier.
Yeah. He's like, I got so much shit going
Yeah,
on.
exactly. You think I need this suit? I'm a
Yeah.
fucking genius,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
I know. I think that's the
Yeah,
thing. It's like, okay, well, who are you out the job to? Like,
exactly.
what the fuck will you be doing with your life?
Exactly. Like if you take away my jujitsu, I still have other traits. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm still like if you like oh, okay, You can't pull on the keys. All right, there's only Nogi. Okay, I know Nogi. We can do
Yeah,
that. All right, you know what I mean. So it's
but
just
I mean, it's also is like I think that's why people get so dogmatic and other things too when they call it an almost like a cultist like mindset in terms of dealing with things. Because work is almost like a cult, school is like a cult, and then
it
religion
depends.
becomes almost like a cult too as well.
It depends
And then
because
people don't even question shit.
people would. I want to say work is like a cult because people will leave a job and go to another one for a better,
Well, I don't mean necessarily their job, but it's like like there's two different people. Like you have people who are committed to working for a job or whatever,
Mm,
but it's like you're kind of passively in it and you're more so doing it for the paycheck. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
definitely.
And then you have people that are like entrepreneurs who are like, oh, hey, this is my passion. I want to do
Mm,
this, this, and this, or whatever. And I want to risk myself in order to get there. You know what I mean? That's
mm,
what I more so mean. Versus like you being tied to a job. Like you have to
mm.
work at this job. No, it's more so it's like I have to work at a job.
I just want to live in a world where I can, work in my job like 5 days a week, or less if possible,
Yeah.
and do my jujitsu 4 to 5 times a week, and play my video games and just and can afford what I'm doing right
Yeah,
now. You
there
know
you
what I
go.
mean?
Yeah.
And just want to live like how it was back in 2019
Yeah. Simple.
before this bullshit started. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
going back to 2016, which is like really just like one of the best years I could think of when I was. Damn, 2016 was a really good year. A lot of people died, but it was still. I mean, they took Harambe out, bro. I'll never
Oh my god.
forget.
See, a lot of people have been died a lot, like period, every single fucking year. It's fucking gnarly and crazy. I think for me, I just appreciate the fact that I'm still going. You know, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I
bro.
say that I'm only 28, but still, like,
Yeah,
everybody be making it to 28.
yeah,
So I
bro.
just be feeling like
Yeah.
blessed by that or whatever. But then I'm just like, fuck, I'm still gonna die someday.
You think about
So
your
you still have to
mortality a
face
lot?
that. I do, but like,
I think everybody does.
I forget who it was. It was somebody on Joe Rogan podcast, and he was talking about this city that's mostly preoccupied by like a set of Buddhism,
Mm-hmm.
and they purposely think about their mortality, but they're actually their rate of happiness per capita of the
Mm-hmm.
population is higher on average than most other places.
Mm-hmm.
Is because they think about their mortality, and so they actually try to systematically enjoy life more. But then they're more appreciative that they're still living, and then the fact that they ever are alive, period, is it's like it's.
Yeah.
I
The
mean,
fact that we're alive is just
yeah, for you to
yeah.
happen to be born on this planet at a particular time period,
Especially now when it was like the
yeah,
best time to be alive.
yeah, and
You
it's
know what I mean?
like you're kind of like you're fighting hella lucky,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think people really know how lucky we are to be born right now,
Mhm.
other than like 30 years ago, because especially in the West,
Yeah,
like people are really
I ain't being.
getting angry
I
over
know.
somebody saying the wrong pronoun.
Yeah, but
You know what I mean?
it's
The fact
like
that you can be mad about that right now,
even like black
it's
people that be acting like be tripping about shit. I'm like, bro, you go back 50 years, your ass could have been lynched. Like, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? And then people act like you still didn't lynch. You're not fucking. That doesn't mean okay, you should like
yeah,
all white people. But
yeah,
don't act like people are running around lynching black people
yeah,
anymore like that or whatever.
exactly, bro.
And then don't act like you don't have the agency to be able to defend yourself either. Like, buy a
Yeah,
fucking gun if you're scared. Like,
yeah,
don't fucking be whining, running in the street,
yeah.
protesting and shit. Dude, buy a fucking gun and protect yourself. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
you're
think
not
of
getting fucking lynched.
every white man's over here trying to get you and shit. Like, bro, like get that victim mentality out of your
Out of your
head.
head. Like I literally have seen pictures where it's black people hanging from bridges, like lines of black people hanging from bridges. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you act like the same shit happening. Like
Mm-hmm.
that, it's not. But I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying you don't remember history. You remember history so that you actually learn how to defend yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter
I know the
who it
difference,
is,
bro.
black or white can't do that to you. Black people don't be lighting black people either. You know?
Oh hell no, shit, we kill each other more than anybody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. people, white people be going to the hood or accidentally get to the hood and be all scared, like you the safest motherfucker there.
Yeah.
If you white in the hood, they ain't gonna kill you. Like, oh
Yeah.
shit, that's a white man.
Nah,
Maybe
yeah,
not kill
no,
him.
fuck that
Oh
motherfucker.
yeah, hold up. Like,
But that other black dude, I
that
don't
black
like
dude
it.
over there looks just like me. Oh, he's a dead man. Why
Yeah.
is he walking through here wearing those colors?
It
Oh
was
hell.
like it was a black chick that shot and killed another black chick in the West End at a McDonald's like
Yeah,
3 days ago.
yeah.
Like they literally are arguing at a McDonald's, and black chick killed the other black chick, and it's like,
This
but
is
you
so
know,
stupid.
yeah, but
You know what I
like
mean?
you don't blame the white
Yeah.
man because the white man programmed you to kill your own people. You
And there was
know?
this happened like a month or two ago. Like these three black dudes end up dead over ego. They started arguing like it was on the street. I remember it was on Atlanta Uncensored. These black dudes, it was just really over ego. They started arguing, and then I think they were arguing about who has the bigger gun. I think it was something like that. I literally think I have to look it up. I think it was this happened here in Atlanta. They were like, I think who has the bigger gun. They just blah blah.
That's so fucking stupid.
And now they're all three dead, bro.
That's so
Over who has
stupid.
like, bro, y'all niggas
That,
stupid.
but it was that reminds me. So like, me and my mom and my sibling, we were watching. They came out with a new shoes show in South Africa. It's actually really it. But then we were joking because like growing up, people would act like white people introduced violence to black people. Like
Yeah,
black people weren't violent, like in Africa
yeah.
or whatever, and that all that
Everybody's
stuff.
violent.
It was like based off of like programming from society and white people and why we kill each other and this,
Yeah,
that, and the other. And then they were like, oh, well, somehow the white people got to the Zulus and how the Zulus started killing each other and this, that, and the
yeah.
other. Like, nah, that's fun.
People kill each other all the time. Even white people kill each other all the
Yeah,
time.
people everywhere. There was wars. Like I tell people
Yeah, we
this.
are violent creatures.
Like one of the reasons why the slave trade worked was
Mm-hmm.
because there was a huge civil war. Like I want to call it civil war because they're different nations. There were nations warring in West Africa, and the white people were like, "Oh shit, they kind of weak. Let me start taking these motherfuckers."
Mm-hmm.
And and then they were like, "Oh well, you're going to war with these people or whatever. If you capture them and give them to us, they're weakened because their numbers are lessened and stuff like that too." So it's like it's been wars everywhere, all over the planet or whatever. You
Mm-hmm.
can't like isolate them to one particular people. White people were just a little bit better than other people at fucking people up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they definitely had well, they just came in at the right time.
At the right time.
Yeah,
They were at the right
it just
moment.
depends on like where, like, because I can't say like all white people from all different, because
Yeah.
like let's say like
Not all white people were in that war.
because what's the name, like when what's that motherfucker's name, the dude that discovered America even though he didn't
Yeah. I know
what's
you're
his name,
talking
Christopher
Christopher
Columbus.
Columbus.
Yeah,
He worked, and he wasn't even like he worked for the Spanish. He wasn't even Spanish. I think he was Portuguese or something or English.
yeah, I don't know, or no, they came from, I think they were part of England or some shit like that, and they fucked over the Native Americans. And it wasn't like, oh, they were just better at war. They just caught them slipping. They
Well,
gave them their trust and like, ha ha, this is
but
our land
also
now.
too, so they introduced them to a lot of diseases because
Exactly.
they had diseases they were immune to, and they were like,
Mhm.
cough, and then another
Yeah.
person's like, oh shit,
Yeah.
I'm dying.
Yeah. You think they did the disease on purpose, or they just happened to be like, hey,
I don't know. They did it on purpose.
and they just
Like I don't think like to a certain extent, like they probably would have bragged about it, like yeah, we did this shit on purpose, biological warfare. But like they probably didn't know, you know. Or they had like rats on their shit that was carrying shit they're immune to. The rats start going in other people's food. Then the people start dying.
yeah.
Like they didn't. That's non-controllable factors. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like it's just nature. You know, and you just didn't introduce to something that you're not fucking used to at all.
Yeah. You ever seen Killers of the Flower Moon?
I've heard of it before.
It's about this tribe called I think the tribe is
Right,
called the
called
Flower
Quest.
Moon, and it's kind of a depressing movie. I ain't gonna lie to you, but it's a good movie. Fucking Robert De Niro, one of my favorite actors, man. Yeah, he fucking killed it. He plays such a good
I like
villain.
depressing, like really good movies, and
If
especially if they feel real.
Yeah, if it is definitely feels real. It's basically about this during the Industrial Revolution. this one tribe discovered oil, and the white people got mad that these Native Americans are richer than they are, so they started um, wifing like the women, like the white people
Mm-hmm.
wife the women, and just to inherit their
Yeah, the
portion of,
shit.
you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And what they would do is, they'll have kids with those women, and then the wives will die unfortunate accidents. Sometimes they'll get sick because their life expectancy was kind of low,
Yeah.
but also sometimes there'll be unfortunate accidents, and they and
Seriously, unfortunately, yeah.
yeah, and then the money will inherit to their husband and their kids and stuff like that. Um, but yeah,
That's
if
really
you
strategic on their part.
yeah, if you want to like watch a good movie, but it's depressing, but it has sort of a good ending. But
That kind
it's
of reminds me
yeah,
of,
you like Martin Scorsese?
yeah, his movies.
Yeah, it's one of his movies. He directed it.
The he's talking about depressing movies. That reminds me of another movie that recently came out. The was a remake, The Color Purple.
I haven't seen it.
I saw
The remake.
I grew up watching the original,
Yeah,
and then I was like, oh shit, they're like, oh shit in a bad way. They're like redoing this shit. Like
yeah,
why? But then like the commercial looks like super like kind of happy go lucky. They're like
yeah.
singing and
I mean,
dancing.
come on, they're not gonna make it
Woo!
like
But it's
like
like
the first one.
yeah, the Color Purple. The first one
People don't
is
want to be sad.
depressing as shit.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
but it's supposed to be depressing. It's
Yeah.
a depressing story,
Hmm.
and it carries a lot of weight. Why the fuck are you gonna make it a happy story?
That's why
I hope they don't.
that's why
Or
the
did
West aren't good at making movies. Like you ever seen
black people
Train to
movies are
Busan?
so like uncreative though.
Like what do you mean?
So like a large majority of black people movies, especially now, it has
Yeah, like
something to
do they
do
make any
with
more black people movies? Like
huh?
they don't make black people movies
Yeah,
like
it's
they used
not a
to.
whole lot of black people movies,
Yeah, they
but a
don't
lot
like
of
what's
black
up.
people movies have something to do with how they're being like some type of negative relationship with society or white people.
Mm.
So
You mean like a
like
struggle movie,
yeah, it's,
like 12 Years of Slavery and stuff like that?
or like it was Netflix came out with a movie with John Boyega. It was really good,
You
but
talking about what's it called?
where he was a drug dealer.
John Boyega. Oh yeah, Who Cloned Tyrone?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
the
that was actually really
movie
good. I
was
like that
really
one.
good, but I was like, why don't they make a movie where it's not about just black people being tricked by society?
Yeah, because like
Like
Friday wasn't
it
like that.
becomes like perpetually almost the same shit. And
Yeah,
I'm not talking about like the '90s. I'm talking about
yeah.
modern day because it's like they're kind of riding that whole
Mm-hmm.
what do you call it woke cultural
Mm-hmm.
dynamic. Like they came out with the 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 cowboy movie too on Netflix, and they pretended like it
Oh,
was
I
the
haven't seen that
first
one.
black cowboy movie.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're like they were advertising it as that, and I was like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? There's tons of black cowboys movies,
Mm-hmm.
and then it wasn't all that good, and it was basically almost the same thing, you
No,
know.
I didn't see. I know what you're talking about, but I didn't see that one.
Yeah, I thought that what's home dude that just got fired from Marvel?
Oh man, yeah, they
He was
fucking
the
fired my boy.
he was the lead. I thought he was a bad actor because of that movie, because that movie was that bad.
Really?
Yeah,
He seemed
he
like
was a really good actor
I forgot
though.
his name, but yeah, he is a really good actor. Dude played Kane.
Yeah,
Oh, man, fuck. It fuck. To bring this back to women, bro, it's fucking sucks. Like, I remember I posted this on Facebook. There's two things in this world that will destroy a good man:
mm,
drugs
you know,
and women.
yeah,
It's best is to stay away from both.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because it's like you have to shift through in order to be able to find the right one in terms
Yeah.
of woman, and then when it comes to drugs, it's like do something
Don't do it.
physical. No, don't do any like
I mean, I
yeah.
honestly just don't do any of it really, because
No, but like jujitsu is a drug. That's what I mean.
I mean, yeah, I mean, you can say it's a drug, but I mean,
Yeah,
like actual hard
yeah,
drugs, like
yeah,
heroin,
yeah,
coke,
yeah.
pills,
Some type of
lean, all that
chemical.
shit. Like, just stay away from
Yeah,
it, bro, because it's just not worth it. And there's just so many great people, like so many great musicians too,
yeah.
recently.
Well, I mean,
And
that's been a low. I mean, you mean go back to people like Jimi Hendrix.
yeah, we won't
He
go
died
that
when he
far.
only was like 30
Yeah,
off of drugs, you
yeah,
know. But it's like woman will destroy a dude too, you
yeah.
know.
I have a theory. You know why this year there were so many like female artists that were like getting really big?
I don't pay
Like
attention.
okay, well there's people, there's women like Sexy Red, Ice Spice, and
They all had
um
OnlyFans.
Glorilla. No, not really. Glorilla and Mulatto, and I have a theory that the reason why these female rappers are getting so big in notoriety is because 3 years ago, all the male rappers started dying. Like all the new male rappers started dying, and labels were losing money.
Yeah,
People
and
like Pop Smoke, Juice World, um, uh, I don't know. I'm pretty sure y'all can think of some.
yeah.
What's his name from Memphis? What's the dude from Memphis name? Ah, fuck. He made that
I
one
don't
song.
be following shit.
Okay, well, anyways, so these dudes, a lot of these dudes are dying, right? These new artists are coming up, they're getting these big contracts and then they die, and then labels are losing money. So they're like, bro, all right, these niggas, like these rap gangster rappers are actually dying from drugs or from violence. We need to switch to female rappers because they're not doing that shit. So
Yeah,
now they're making money off these female rappers
yeah.
who are not, doing drugs and trying to be cool and
Well,
stuff.
I think it's also the wave of like wokeness too, as well as
Like King
moving a
Von.
lot of woke shit. Like it's been moving a lot in terms of. So
I,
like,
don't, I really don't think it's that. I really think
you
it's
think it's because they think it's
yeah,
less
because they're losing money off
liable?
these guys
Yeah,
being fucking idiots, dying and shit.
yeah.
When these females aren't doing that
Less
shit.
liability.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. I mean, there is wokeness going around, but I don't think it's
I can
that
see that
for hip hop.
too because I think it will happen less in hip hop in terms of the wokeness. The movie stuff, I think it is like a little bit of the wokeness.
Oh hell yeah.
And I love how like South Park kind of played on it, even though I don't think that Kathleen Kennedy like or
Yeah.
people kind of like
Put a
I
chicken
don't
and make
think
her gay
I don't
and
think they
leave.
go harder because people complain. I think they go
Yeah,
harder because they have agendas and are just pushing their agenda. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like and it started out kind of like subtly with Netflix too, because Netflix should be like, "Oh, we're gonna make them gay and make that less like I'm not like one of my best friends is
yeah.
a lesbian or whatever. I
Hmm.
don't hate lesbians, but I'm like, oh shit, they're probably a lesbian, and then it's a
Hmm.
lesbian. Oh shit, they're probably a lesbian. Oh, it's a lesbian, and
Yeah,
then oh shit, it's probably gonna be a bad movie. It's a bad movie,
yeah.
bad writing, bad. If there's a
You ever seen the
gay
old dog?
character as a lead,
Yeah,
it's probably horrible writing because they're like you can't say shit because it's a gay
yeah.
character.
It's because and they're going to use that as their personality.
Yeah, and to
Have you
sell the movie.
have you seen the old guard? The movie?
No.
I really want to rant about that movie. I need somebody who's seen it so I can rant about that movie. But do you want to see it? It's on Netflix.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it.
Okay, so I'm just gonna rant about it.
Yeah, I have
'Cause-
to leave soon though.
okay, so this movie's about these four or five people who are immortal, right?
Yeah,
And it's so in the group is the lead is a woman, Charlize Theron, right?
yeah,
There's two other guys, they're in a gay relationship, and there's a fourth guy, right? He's
hmm
just a straight white male,
yeah.
right? So as you know in movies, being a straight white man is like the worst state to be.
Thing,
You
yeah,
know what I mean?
nowadays in a movie, yeah,
Yeah. So these guys live forever, right? They if they get hurt, they regenerate.
yeah,
They don't get old at all. So these guys know each other for thousands of years, thousands, bro. So one of them betrays the, betrays the group
hmm
because like there's this big pharma guy, right? He wants to take their DNA and make it
Jesus,
into like a pill like where people
yeah,
can live forever. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And he's the villain. He's the evil guy, right? And the reason why they were able to get captured is because one of them betrayed them,
mm.
right? And guess who's the one who betrayed
The
them?
straight white dude.
Exactly, bro.
You know,
And it
man,
doesn't even make fucking sense.
you know,
When I
they
really
straight
thought,
about a gay guy. You know, gay people never do anything.
yeah, oh, yeah, gay people are just the best thing on earth. They never do anything evil.
They're not aggressive. Gay guy won't hit on you if you're not gay.
And it's like, it doesn't make like so. The reason why he betrayed them, right, is because like it's actually torture being alive for that long because you see all because if
Yeah,
you
all
have
this shit.
kids,
Yeah,
they grow old and die. All
yeah.
relationships you can't have real relationships with nobody. You can't. You know what I mean?
Nah, it's everybody's just like or 1 second basically for
Yeah, you
eventually.
know what I mean. And the reason why he did it was because so maybe if they find a vaccine that if they can maybe be back to normal. You know what I mean? If they
Yeah,
can figure out how to
yeah. So they can live a real life.
yeah. And it really makes no fucking sense because why would you know these dudes for thousands of years?
And
Like you couldn't tell them like, hey, I have an idea of
Yeah.
maybe we can do this or something like that.
You know,
Or-
you're like thousands of years old because you're a straight guy, especially a straight white guy. You have no communication skills.
yeah, and they're around each other all the time. They're around each other all the time. You could just been like, hey, just test on me.
I'm
Don't
gonna
test
run
on
this
them.
by. Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, why would you be like? It made no fucking sense for him to. And like when they're all captured, right? I mean, he found out that the big pharma guy is actually an evil villain, and he's not gonna let them go. He's gonna capture them forever. You know what I mean? Like in his fucking little science lab and shit. And they're all pissed off at him. Like, how could you do this? And he was like, I'm sorry, I was trying to help us. Like, you fucking idiot. Like the right like the movie. I gave it a 5 out of 10 because of that shit. But other than that, it's still a pretty good movie. There's some parts that just make no sense, but besides that part that really makes no fucking sense, it's a pretty decent movie. But that part really just pissed me the fuck off.
That kind of reminds me of something I've been thinking about where, you know, like people like would not want to face death and they didn't have to. I probably think it's immoral not to face it. Because it's like who we are today and us being able to be alive is all because of other people being like alive beforehand. But if they were still alive, shit would probably be crowded and we all probably die anyway. You know what I mean? And so I've been thinking, is it like immoral to want to live forever because then you're basically siphoning off of future generations' lives?
Yeah, to be honest with me, it's like when you die, man, that's like kind of like that's it. You know what I mean? It's like just it's not even like darkness forever. It's just non-existent. Because to know that it's dark, you have to like be able to see the dark. It's really just non-existence, and that's just kind of a scary
Well,
thought.
I don't
You know
think
what I
it's
mean? To non-exist.
non-existence, but I don't think that means that you're conscious within existence.
I think you're conscious. I think you're conscious because we don't even like as humans. We
But
don't
we
even
don't know
know
what consciousness is.
exactly. We don't even know what
We don't know
consciousness
where it
is.
is. We don't know how it functions.
Yeah.
We don't know if it goes away or if it's
Yeah.
like we just know we can't interact with it anymore after the body is dead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
But it's like
that's a scary thought.
I think that it's for me it's scarier having consciousness without a body because you're like, where am I bound to? Where am I going to go? Am I just going to be gliding everywhere?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
like in limbo or you're
Yeah.
in a dream state. I don't really know. I try.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. All right, let's wrap it up.
All right. Bye, y'all dumbasses.